Death, the ultimate ruse. Yeah, man, I always think...
Could be it.
Once Alex's posture changes into podcast mode, which meaning he goes on his phone for the duration of a couple hours, I know we're casting.
Yeah.
It's just so dangerous.
Rocking and rolling.
Is it on?
Run off the roof.
Oh, yeah, man. Once you see our producer stop listening to us, you know the green light is on.
Cooking with gas.
You just step backwards off the roof and hope the DeLorean is going to be there to bring you back up. I'm never confident that he's recording.
Alex, he's the most professional.
He's
the most professional person I've ever been attached to.
The man needs...
She isn't saying much. I'm just saying that's the truth.
I want action. I want someone to go, action.
We should get a clapboard.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
okay.
Would be good.
Is there something on his phone that relates to the podcast, or is it
No,
he's on Dogecoin.
Okay.
All day.
He's on Dogecoin. What are you, 70?
He's on Dogecoin.
That's how that
Talking to the dog money people.
Because even during all of this, he never looked up from it, you know?
Yeah,
there's
he's
not much to look
busy
at.
on Doge. He's, Alex had a busy day yesterday. He actually invaded the USAID offices with all of his dipshit friends.
All the teens that are running the government, that are cleaning house of the government.
A bunch of 17-year-olds from Fall River, Massachusetts, broke into the Washington, D.C. offices yesterday.
Who knows what will be happening by the time this comes out in a week?
Well, Dave will be dead.
For sure.
He'll be shot dead.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Every day I look at Dave, I go, it's a blessing he's still alive. It's a blessing he hasn't blown his own brains
You want
out.
to do an
Against
intro?
all odds.
I'll do an intro real
Can
quick.
I say one more thing about Dave, though?
Yes.
The most put-together, untogether person
Yes.
on planet Earth.
Yeah.
No, I'm outwardly all right.
Yeah. That's what I love.
It's not bad.
I think it's my favorite quality of you is you can, and we talked
The
about this the other
illusion
night,
of-
the illusion of hope.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
once you
wow.
open your mouth, you go, this guy's in the grave.
Well, yeah, I'm already dead, of course.
If you cut him open in surgery, it would just be dust. And he didn't even know. It's like, he died thousands of years ago, but somehow through sheer force of will, has still been walking around with us.
I'm not hopeless. I mean, there is like...
I know that.
I
You
still
just
have
have no
optimism,
hope.
but
Yeah.
as time has gone on, it has been whittled away into a more nihilistic, bleak version of a fun guy.
But I think that's the perfect marriage of a person. You know what I mean? As someone where hope once lived on them, and that was probably most of their identity, and then time has stripped that away, but you could still see it. Kind of like when a new business pops up, but they keep the sign.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I was more thinking
Or like a Pizza Hut becomes a bank.
Right, exactly.
or like if you're at Bonnaroo and it starts to rain.
Yeah.
Sure.
Totally, man. Yeah.
So David Drake, comedian friend, one of the most prolific, funny guys I know.
You happy?
Yeah.
now
He's
you
one of
did
the
your
best
big
comedians
intro?
I think I know who's got nothing. Like, he's done more. He's put out more specials.
Hit after hit after hit, too.
I mean, all
They're
amazing.
They all make me want to work harder.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm sure that all
Nothing
probably
to show
plays
for it.
Not
into
a
the
dollar in
darkness.
his pocket.
Nope. It's crazy because you look classic. You're a classic American rich-looking guy.
I know. Handsome.
Yeah.
A good-looking guy. You assume looks and money are like they just go together like
Totally.
like an Oreo.
Like an Oreo. Yeah, like an Oreo.
Like an Oreo. This feels like it's the beginning of a behind the music.
I don't know why. I think it's because we feel so. I think it's because I think you're doing okay that I can talk to you like this.
Yeah, I'm not like some people are bad.
Yes.
And I would
And
never talk to him like this.
Yes,
I am
never.
hanging on. I've been like figuring it out until now. So it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Great.
I know you're good, and I know you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And you're and everything is okay. So I don't know why I feel this comfortable.
Yeah, I don't
now
think
do me.
No, never. I won't even approach it. Greg, never.
No, I was kidding. Well, I also will say this real quick, just so we all know. Forgot to take my Wellbutrin today, so we can do a real test of what this episode's like versus last episode. And I do feel a difference.
Really?
Yeah.
You seem the same.
Yeah.
Because I'm being cool.
Well, you have a very relaxed position right now, and you're wearing a velvet suit.
The velvet's doing most of the heavy lifting.
Yeah,
For me.
the chain's helping.
The chain helps. Yeah.
But yeah, the clothes are informing the personality.
Yeah,
I think.
for sure.
I want to bring
We
up
are all dressed up. Should we talk about that in a minute?
Go for it.
I mean,
I
I'm
love
in a
this move. Do you want to talk about that? I mean, bring it up then.
No, you were still going. We
I
can
have
get to it
one
in a
beef
minute.
I want to bring up with David Drake before we get started.
Oh yeah, Beef corner.
Keep him on the hot seat.
Correct.
This is
Yeah,
why
we
I
have to. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the past few years, you and I have really become very close.
Yeah.
Bonded. La Famiglia. Our children hang out. Our wives hang out. Yet for some reason, when you wanted to do the podcast, you asked Allison?
What? I texted you. I said, when are you doing?
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
He mentioned it.
I was mad the whole car ride.
You were like, oh, Drake wants to do the podcast. I was like, oh yeah, he mentioned to me that he would like, but I wasn't.
That's where it was. I got mad.
That's like, so why would you? I ran into him.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
we
was
were in
like-
the same place, and I was like, and it was actually seeing her that gave me the idea to text you.
See,
Oh, all right, because I
I'm
was
just a
furious.
reminder of Greg's.
I've been furious for a week.
No,
I mean, we were very close.
yeah, that's why I texted you.
Yeah,
All right. It's like this guy's going over my head.
How
Yeah.
dare you run into somebody else?
I like that Allison's over your head.
He's over my head. She doesn't
went
know
to the
she's my boss. She doesn't even know she is, but she is. I get all my things I do are from cues of Allison. I just float things by her and I go, oh, that's what I'll do today. All right.
okay.
Yeah, Greg's been taking pictures on Instagram of the food he's been making. Not quite as appealing as what you post.
Yeah, people don't like cream cheese as much as I do. It
Okay.
can replace any cheese.
Wait, that's what you,
Wait,
you've
tell
been.
me a- tell me
I
a
haven't been looking at
cheese.
your Instagram. You've been posting
Well,
cream cheese.
So I was riffing. That was a riff. I'm not posting food, but the reality is I do feel that way about cream cheese.
But wait, tell me a cheese that cream cheese can replace that people are
you
doubtful
give me a
of.
cheese.
A grilled cheese.
Cream cheese. Cream cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Cream
Well,
cheese.
yeah, that's like that. It's a breakfast spread.
Yeah,
Of
it could be.
course.
It's an anything
What
spread.
about like
Isn't
on
it a,
pasta? Like the way they sprinkle Parmesan.
I've never tried it.
I guess the thing
That's
is,
a really good idea.
cream cheese exists in kind of like one texture. Like,
Regatta.
you think about cheddar, you're like, sometimes it's shredded, sometimes it's sliced. It's
Yeah.
on a grill. It's hot. It's cold.
Versatile cheese.
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese
kind
is
of
a-
one trick pony.
It's a pre-melted cheese. So it's got, you don't have to melt it. So anywhere you would put a melted cheese, you put a cream cheese.
Isn't cream cheese like in a lot of cake?
Yes.
Yes.
Cheesecake.
Yeah.
And
is
sour cream.
Is that cheese?
Yes.
Cheesecake is cream cheese?
60% sure.
Cream cheese, sour
Yeah,
cream,
I
sugar,
think so.
eggs. Yeah.
Sour cream.
I think sour cream.
That's crazy. He showed up. I didn't know about that.
Sour cream will show up in
It
places.
shows up at a lot of places you don't think it is.
Right.
It's a pretty versatile dairy product.
Ambrosia, right? Make with sour cream?
What?
Oh, this is the thing nobody else eats.
God damn. Just people guessing what food is.
This is a podcast.
What did you think you were coming here to do? Not guess what food is?
I love ambrosia.
I don't know
I don't
what
think
that
anyone
is.
knows what that is.
Yeah, it's in.
It's like a fruit salad. That and it's a
Oh.
white thing. And it might be. You've had it?
Yeah, of course.
Isn't
I
it
think it's-
marshmallow?
There are marshmallow in there.
Okay, there's marshmallows in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I always is ambrosia an Italian dish?
See, here's the thing. I don't know because when I tried to give it to Tita, she was outwardly offended in a disgust. Like she was like, "No, that's disgusting, and I won't eat it." And I went, "It's the best thing ever. It's like
Is it
marshmallow
dessert?
fruit. It goes just you put it in dinner."
Okay.
Ooh, Alex is saying yes, which I wouldn't deny his feeling, but I would say
I think
that
he's looking it up.
Yeah. But also,
Oh.
let's not use any facts.
right. I can just tell you how my family ate it. Is that
Okay.
They just put it on it. They put it out there with everything else. Turkey, ambrosia, you get it on the side.
Oof.
Why are you making that face?
It's not for me.
I'd say.
Have you had it?
No, but that doesn't sound like something that's
It's
for
like a
me.
fruit salad on the side.
A guy who looks like you can speak on tremendous authority to ambrosia.
Yes.
Right now.
Oh, yeah.
food of
The
God.
whole vibe is real ambrosia
Who would
focused.
question your?
I love ambrosia.
No, it
Knowledge
feels
of
like
ambrosia.
the color of your suit is ambrosia.
A little ambrosia. I want to. I'm making my haircut. Can
I don't think
it's
it's
done my hair. What color? Ambrosia. And see what they give me. You know what that means.
I think ambrosia is not a bad name for a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, ambrosia.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a.
You can call her Rosie.
Ambi.
Sure.
Ambi.
Sure.
Ambi.
Ambien.
Ja.
Zsa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like ambrosia as a name.
All right. So we're doing romance today, right? That's
yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Valentine's Day.
We all
Right,
kind of
that's
interpreted
right.
that a little different.
Well, can I just say that
Yeah, it's very true.
I didn't know we were dressing up because
Why
my
would we have
friend
told you?
Greg, left me out.
I should have went to his superior.
Yeah,
I should have. I should have
Follow the
talked to
chain of
someone
command
else.
up.
Say what you want. I still brought you pants.
You did.
I brought you pajama pants.
You
that
brought
you
me some pajamas.
denied.
Oh, you didn't want to put on a rogue pair of Greg's pajama pants?
Yeah,
They're clean.
I didn't.
I know. I'll side with Greg on that. I never care about that stuff, but I know I'm in the minority.
No, I
there.
believe they're clean, but
They've
like,
seen a lot of action, like a Vietnam vet.
Yeah.
These things got stories.
They smell like Greg's house, which is like it's fine to smell like a house, but you just want the things that
don't smell like
you.
someone else's house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to wear my stuff all the time.
I want to wear my pants.
Yeah, well,
sure.
pants in particular feel.
I like wearing
Yeah.
other people's clothes.
But it's a sexy
You're doing it
outfit.
now.
Let me show
Yeah.
them these.
Take a nice little trip in, you get a little vantage point from where they're at.
Oh, there goes Greg.
Greg left.
These are, you can't really see. out
No,
of
they're
them.
not really eyewear.
No. They're
It's like what you put on a
Can't
horse.
really wear these.
I just want to show the people what he denied. Look at these.
Those are
These are like dragon flowers and soft.
whoa.
yeah, those are cool, man.
Shacky got these for us. These are very sexy. Our friend
Yeah.
Shacky. Those are you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and if
this-
you hit the side buttons, they do light up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it might hurt your yeah.
It's a lot. It is like fucked up.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
not nice to wear
Yeah.
them. Like it doesn't feel good.
It makes you crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
All right, first romance question.
A lot of soldiers wear them before going into battle.
What?
Laser battle.
to get them all amped up
Get
and
them
angry.
amped, yeah.
Bloodlust.
It stirs a bloodlust in the brain that is confounding.
It does make me not care who I kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how they would torture you on Severance. You have to wear the shiny glasses.
Yeah. Oh God.
All right, in a making love situation, now we're all older, right? We're all over 35.
Older.
Yeah, we're not in our 20s. We're not in our sexual peak, I would imagine. I mean, I
Well,
am.
for women it's later, but I think I still am past it.
Yeah.
either
Well,
way.
also, you got to factor in race into that sexual peak as well.
Italians are the. What's the race?
How?
All right,
Who's the
let's-
most sexual race?
No, I was joking.
I think it's a fair question.
I didn't expect it to quite get this
Yeah.
far. I thought I would say a thing that
No,
was
that really
clearly
got away
a
from ya.
joke.
All right. I would say the Spanish. They're fair, or not the French. They're not sexual, but the Spanish.
The French are sexual.
The French are known for being
That's like-
sexual.
Yeah.
their whole thing.
Now it's all a fraud.
They
right?
created blowing.
blowjobs.
Right? Yeah.
Did they?
Is that true?
That was like a whole French thing.
A French
Man, a
kiss.
thought of it
blowjob
first.
early days.
That's why,
That's
because it's named that.
French kissing.
Sacre bleu.
Yeah.
And they eventually Americanized it into blow, but it used to be a blue job.
Blue
blue job,
Like
yeah.
blue cheese. BLEU.
Getting blue.
Crumbly.
The Americans and the blow job. It's a blue job.
You think there's ever been a culture that tried to? Nope. I'm gonna talk about something else. That was too gross, and I'm not doing gross anymore.
Oh, really?
But you're doing race.
But I'm doing race. One at a time. One at a time. One at a time. I used to do a bit that I never did on stage, but I used to always try to tell in my head about how I thought it'd be funny. Like the first people who figured out the blowjob, like they clearly didn't know about how to have a baby, So they all just started blowing each other, and then no babies were born, and then they just blamed all the women and killed them because they were like, it must be witches. It's like, no, it's blowjobs because they don't know about coming inside. You're looking at me in a way, Allison.
There's a lot of
Where if
steps you have to take.
Yeah.
A lot of hurdles in this bit.
I was
Like,
Not everything makes it to stage.
right.
Yeah.
I was doing the short version. I expected you guys to come
No,
along.
no.
You two
I-
Frasers.
Right.
Yeah, it hurts to think about.
I was having trouble as well.
yeah.
The women
I
are
guess it's like-
blowing.
slow it down.
I
Slow
guess
it
it's
down.
like you like in your in this logic, like coming should create a baby.
Comment in the comments if you got what I said before I have to slow it down for the mentally disabled.
Jesus Christ.
Whatever.
I just wanted to hang out.
Yeah. now you're gonna get
And
canceled.
now
Now you're implicated in a moment.
Yeah.
There'd be a town. They don't
this
know
isn't
how
gonna help
babies
my
are born.
career.
Yeah, it never was. It never was that.
Okay,
There's a
so
town,
this is a
babies are
town,
born. They don't really
babies.
know how babies are really happening yet because a blowjob, I'd imagine, was very early on, the first one. I wouldn't imagine it took thousands of years to figure that out, right? So it's very early on. They really don't know how babies are born, right? They don't know about the coming inside. They don't know that. They just think, magic or God or they bless you, right?
Right.
So then they figured out a blowjob. They go, this is awesome. He tells his friend, he's like, yeah, you got to try this. They're all doing it. And then no babies are born. And then they go.
Because they're not fucking women. They're just coming in their mouths.
They're just getting blowjobs. Yeah. Right. And then no babies are born. And then they go, why is that not happening? Must be a Knox on our block. Our town has been blackened. Must be witches. They always go to witches. And then they start killing all the women.
So they've got towns and witches, and they clearly were made by parents, but they forgot all that, and now they are blowing and then killing the women.
I don't think they knew about coming inside. I think they thought
somebody would have still been doing it.
Sure, but who knows? I don't know what the fuck is happening right now.
This premise is broken.
It is not. It's a perfectly great premise. And I expected comedian friends who would be willing to meet me halfway would reach an arm down.
To the brokenness of the premise that your comedian friends can't even riff on it because there's nothing to grab onto.
What if they did this on Byron Allen?
This is,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where somebody goes, I heard you did this. And then they go, yeah, here's why that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No
that
fucking
would
way,
be
pal.
so funny. You come on to showcase your bit and they go, I don't know that adds up though, actually.
Yeah.
See, I know what happened here. And I know what happened here because I know what really happened because I'm a thinker. None of you were paying attention.
What?
And then none of you were paying attention. And then to correct it, you went, well, the bit doesn't work. I know what happened. You were all thinking about
you're thinking about through a second time, and we were still like, no, still doesn't really hold up.
Yeah, because you're trying to maintain that the bit. The problem was the bit.
You think we're lying?
What am I going to erase my the last 5 minutes?
You're paying attention was the problem.
Anyways, this is our romance episode.
In the comments, you tell me if you got it, and I'm going to check all the comments. So be nice. I will delete. I deleted some comments last week.
You deleted some comments.
Yeah, someone put my phone number and my wife's phone number.
What?
Yeah, we got
doxed.
We got doxed.
We got doxed.
We did?
Yeah.
What?
I think so.
Why didn't anybody tell me?
We wanted to protect you.
Thank you.
We wanted to keep you safe.
Protect the king.
I've been
wanted you to
doxxed
have
so
a-
many times on the internet. I'm just like, who cares?
That's true. You've been the most doxxed on the pod.
Yeah.
You've been doxxed?
Yeah. And I've had my identity stolen twice. So I'm
Damn.
just like, I don't care anymore.
People want to be you.
Yeah. And then
How's that
and then
feel?
they get here and they're like, not this. I didn't want this.
I had my
back hurts.
That's basically it. That's the whole experience.
Who doxed you?
Like people? Like right wingers?
Oh.
Yeah. It's
I
not
hear
fun.
that. Yeah.
I had my phone number on my Facebook until like last year.
Insane.
Just 'cause you forget about it.
Insane.
And then you're like, I just looked in there one day and I was like,
Oh no.
it's my phone number. Luckily for me.
Well, that happens because when we did the Rad Dude cast early on, we gave out our phone numbers.
Yeah.
Thinking no one would ever listen to it.
Yeah.
And then I'd say once every 2 months now, I get a phone call, and the minute I pick up, they go, "It's really you?"
That's crazy.
It's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it shows a true non-belief in yourself.
100%.
When
Yeah.
you just start giving out your personal information
Yeah.
on your
You're
podcast.
like, you're just like, well, no one's ever going to listen.
Who
so who gives a
cares?
shit?
Right.
Exactly.
Andrew WK, his first album had his phone number in it.
Really?
Yeah. And I called.
And
He didn't answer.
he was like, oh, it's Greg.
Yeah, he knew mine. He knew my number.
You had an idea about wife swap in Talktown
Yeah.
that I'm eager to hear
Fun.
about.
I have an idea for wife swapping.
Great.
Now, a lot of people want to do a wife swap because they want to fuck each other's wives. No. I want to do a wife swap so my wife sees how fucking good she has it. I want to... I think if you're having trouble with your relationship, you do a wife swap and you be like, here, go with David. See if he puts up with this shit.
Yeah, but that'll fuck you.
How?
Because I'm pretty good.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
not
how do you pick the swapping?
You have to pick
in a
someone
way?
shittier than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure, you're
Fun. You
handsome.
see you walk around town, and then you see somebody
That guy.
who's doing worse, and you go, "Hey, how would you like to get involved in a wife swap with me? You seem like a real piece of shit."
Yeah. If people know that's what I think it's like everyone's going to do it for their own reasons. That's just your reason. So then it's not as clear when you're picking somebody that it's for that.
No, but I think that if Tita was with David, sure, he's a great guy. I'm also a great guy, but not for his wife and not for my wife. Different, you know? It's different.
Let's
It
put
is-
you head to head. Let's
Yeah, give it a
let's
whirl.
break it down.
Okay. So Tia comes over.
Tita is her name.
Yeah. What did I say?
Tia Carrera.
I'm docking Dave a point.
Yeah.
He's already docked one.
He's already in the negative.
I called her Tita.
You said Tia, like Tia Carrera.
No, I know your wife's name.
Well, I'm just making sure.
Here's the thing. Tita's pretty laid back. I'll say this. She gives you one for that.
She gives you one.
She goes, that's kind of funny.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm up a point.
You're actually up 10 now.
Yeah.
Sure.
You've been so goddamn laid back about it. You're up 10.
Yeah.
All right. Tita comes over. My wife goes over. My wife would shoot herself in the head if she went over to your house.
And she would love you. That's not. Why? She doesn't like action figures?
Man.
It would be a 5-minute thing before she's hanging in the closet.
And then she would treat you better. But then she would treat you better.
No, she's
She'd be
dead.
dead.
She wouldn't. She's not coming back.
she would come
Technically,
to
she
me,
would be
she
treating him better. She'd be dead.
I would call her. I'd be like, David, come over. Your wife's hanging here, right? We'd cut her down. Then she'd be like, you take her back. I'm like, see how good you have it? And she would treat you like gold. This is why the wife swap works.
Yeah. Dead wife.
Yeah, my wife wouldn't like you because of your arrogance. She doesn't enjoy that. She likes it down to earth.
She does hate arrogance.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long do you envision this wife swap going?
Great question.
Are there
Well,
time
it
limits?
clearly goes until
One of them
kills themselves.
dies.
decides to kill herself. Until someone has to kill herself.
Notwithstanding, if one of them dies, it's over.
Yeah.
I can't believe you would do a wife swap if they die and you carry on. We still got to ride out the week.
It's like Weekend at Bernie's. You're on a roller coaster with
Say this. The first 5 minutes were rough. She did die. The rest of the 6 were better than
Yeah.
that.
Pretty
Yeah.
quiet.
I'll say this though, I think Tita might not have a bad time because she'll do anything. Like she's kind of like she could take anything. So I think even the things that annoy her about David, she's like, this is fine, whatever. She's kind of happy in any situation.
Yeah.
So how would that then, like, when she comes back to live in your house again, how would that benefit you?
Well, I had a break, so it'd be nice. I just got a nice
so
2
you
week
need
break.
a break.
What
Yeah, she did a break too. We all got a break.
I guess here's what elements are you looking for her to go, I don't have it so bad?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That you want to match her with somebody else so she could go like, I'm kind of on Greg a lot about that, but
Yeah.
maybe I don't need to be because there's worse jabronis out there.
Morning bits. She doesn't like my morning bits.
What's a morning bit look
Walk
like?
us
I
through that.
open like a joke or I try to scare her. She does not like to be scared.
You trying to scare her
I try to do like a fun hide behind the door prank, and she hates it.
in the morning?
In the morning, the night, the hide behind the door prank. Pretty much any time I can get behind the door,
I would
and she's
stab
coming
you
in.
in the neck if you did that to me.
Yeah, she doesn't like it at all.
Hey,
But you're still doing it? She doesn't like it?
She doesn't like it, but now I'll just wait there and she'll see me and I'll go, I could have, but look how good this was. Now I had a really good scare you. I didn't though.
can I tell you about the first time I scared my wife?
Yeah.
We were
Why are
at
you guys
her.
scaring your wives so much. Jesus Christ.
It's fun to scare people.
It's very
It is
fun.
not.
Yeah.
I cannot. Julia, if I do that with Julia, she'll find a knife immediately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
Julia
so-
would kill you.
Yeah, no, she'll kill me.
Women
So-
don't like to be scared.
At Alex's aunt's house, the laundry room has a. It's pitch black. There's no windows or anything,
Oh,
but they
sounds like
do
a
have
cool
a
place.
glowing, like almost laundry rooms are. It's got this glowing thing so you can see where the light switch is. And so she had laundry in, and it's pitch black. I knew she had to go in and get her laundry, and she's gonna go for that light switch. So I just stood right next to
No.
it. She can't see me.
Oh my God.
And when she went to get the switch, I just grabbed her face.
Oh my God.
Horrifying.
It's so physical. I thought you were just going to yell or like put your hand in front of the light switch or something.
And she collapsed to the ground
You're lucky
and
she
just
didn't
started
have
to
a heart
cry.
attack.
And I was like, "Oh, that sucks." But also, this is what you do in this
Yeah.
when this happens.
What are you training her?
Buck up, private.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you guys? Oh my
What?
God.
I don't do those
I'm
scares.
never getting married.
I do sexual scares. So when
Oh,
those
sex.
ones,
Oh,
I would be naked, and then she'd reach for me and she'd feel my chest hair, and then I'd go, "That's right, you just ran into the end of the night." And she'd go, "I don't like this at all."
your night ends here.
Yeah, you know where we're going.
Also pretty threatening.
Yeah, she doesn't like any of that. She doesn't like to be
So
scared.
now that you've heard that,
See, exactly.
a sexually violent scare.
No, see, this is why my wife would be happy because his scare would horrify her.
Well, here's the
Whereas
thing, I
mine
don't-
was still a little
Yes,
more
it's
fun.
horrifying.
I don't
So she'd
wake
come back
up
to
and
my
scare her
scare.
every. Yeah.
That was like an environment where you were like, I could do this.
I found, it was an opportunistic scare, but I don't wake up every day and do that.
How many times a week are you scaring Tina?
No, I mean, how many days in the 7 days a week, twice a day, 14 times? Now, I don't really, she doesn't really like being scared. But morning bits, anything I can come up with, it's funny.
Right.
I'm on. I
Yeah,
turn
you're
music
on and
loud.
ready, and she's like, I'm trying to get out of the house.
Yeah, she's like, we gotta get the kids
I could
ready.
see that being tough.
Do you have a go-to morning bit, or do you have two? This is a twofold question. Do you have a go-to morning bit, and then do you have one that you really love that she just doesn't for whatever reason?
Oh yeah, good question.
Well, I will replay. I know this is going to sound hacky, but I'll usually replay the footage from 9/11 and I go, it happened again. And then usually she's so early in the morning, she forgets that there isn't another set of Twin Towers. And she's like, wait, 9/11 again? I go, it's again. And then she's like, oh. And I go, just kidding. It's just a VCR I hooked up.
Okay, that's
and a projector.
actually fun.
Yeah, right? Just like that.
really
A morning
crazy.
bit.
So that's one that she likes. So that's one that you like and she doesn't like.
She doesn't like any of them.
Yes, yeah.
Any
Oh,
morning
okay.
bits.
I see.
Is
No
there
more
one
bits.
she tolerates more than the others? No,
Yeah, it's pretty much 10.
just a zero across the board.
It was 0. Yeah. Okay.
Do you think it's a time of day thing, or are you trying to do these morning bits at other moments in the day?
No, because they're not as malleable during the day. In the morning, they're still woozy.
Yeah, 4
know?
p.m.
You can
we know
trick
it's not
her.
9/11
Yeah.
too.
You can dose her a little. Can you, Greg? To do one of these great morning bits.
Yeah. I did put, this is a bit that she didn't hate, but she didn't like. But we have a new video doorbell, like a Ring. And I have a giant cardboard cut up a shack. And so I read the doorbell. I go, look,
Where?
Shaq's to the door.
That's fun.
And she goes, yeah, great, okay.
Okay, that's yeah.
I'm
I
like,
like
come on,
that.
it's a great
That's
bit.
fun.
Shaq's here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Sometimes I do this running bit where I will just randomly pick up the phone and pretend I'm talking to Obama, and we just kind of catch up. But I make it go on for way longer.
yeah, great.
Like we were, and I usually do it the worst times. Like we're in the middle of we landed,
Yeah.
over the weekend. The minute we touched down, I had to make a phone call, and then just started talking to him until we got off the plane. To past the point
Yeah.
where Julia is like,
It's a great bit.
It's so far removed from being funny now. We're just having a boring conversation. I think it's so funny.
Were other people keen to what you were up to?
No, they're not. People are moving in.
Yeah.
I'm doing it as I'm taking luggage down. You know what I mean? I just think it's so funny to do
That's
it.
so funny.
Yeah, exactly.
It is
so
great.
mundane.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
That's my big one.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, these are cute. I love couple bits.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
I never.
It's
mind.
why you get into a couple.
Exactly. Is to be this version of
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
Kind of this open, you know what I mean? Less judgmental of you version.
It's
I
such
feel
a specific thing too that you can't. Some of them get so over decades. A bit will evolve. Where you don't even recognize the origin of it anymore. But that can only happen with someone you're super
Comfortable. Yeah.
You're a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
one of the
I wish
big
I could do
perks.
more bits. It's just me and the cat. And it's
Yeah.
he's just kind of
Cats are kind of one speed
he's,
on
yeah.
the bits.
He's okay.
Do you have a feather you can throw
That's
in the
exactly
air?
as my wife.
It's not the same.
Riz has the same reaction as my wife. My wife is very much like a cat. Company comes over, she's under the bed. Every time. I go, my wife's here. She's not really, she doesn't really
Sometimes
like people.
I've seen Tina jump on the kitchen table and grab his little squirt bottle.
Yeah. She will
like,
knock a
"Meow."
lasagna right off the table. Usually because I'm yelling at her and she doesn't like that.
Oh.
She
Okay.
doesn't like when I yell at her.
Oh, it's so
But
weird.
it's a bit. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. And she's like, I don't like that. I go, it's a bit.
All right.
Do you get upset? I was listening.
Not that that is true.
Yeah, I thought it
we
reached
know.
a natural
Yeah.
conclusion.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you get upset when you see couples enjoying themselves, having a good time? Or
No.
I don't. Think
Why
you
would
do.
I get upset? By
Some
that?
people do. Some people
Oh
are
yeah.
so
No, because I'm chill at home. I have a nice.
Yeah, you have
I'm
a
not
nice
like,
thing.
oh, this isn't good. I'm like, no, this is nice.
Yeah.
So if I'm out and around, I'm like, good for you.
Yeah,
You know when I do get upset
Yeah.
is when I'm out with my wife at dinner, and then there's another date going on, and they are loving it. They're laughing.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like,
yeah, that
what
feels
the fuck?
that feels like it would be more angering than me being by myself with a book. Seeing that.
Yeah,
You feel like it's an attack on you.
I'm like, what did he say?
Yeah, because there's nothing that can be said to get her to do this.
Not at this juncture.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know what to say to get my wife to do that. Where she's like
Yeah.
hitting
I
the
know.
table.
I have her
and-
hang out with Anthony.
Yeah,
Anthony will make her laugh.
of course.
Oh, and my dad, not me.
Yeah,
I think over time you recalibrate the joy you're
Yeah.
seeing on the other person. Like when we first started dating, to get her to cackle like that, I would be like, that's the bar. And now, after so much time, to get her to do a half a smile, I'm like, it's like it's like performing for a tougher crowd, where you're
Yeah.
like, oh, that should get an applause break, but it doesn't because you guys are hard. So that you being like, is like, I'm like, whoa, that
Great.
really crushed.
Yeah, it works.
yeah.
I have what I honestly think might be this might be the deepest thing I've ever said. Not really, but I truly believe this. So I was watching What We Do in the Shadows.
Terrific.
First of all, I'm so mad that I watched this show after we had Anthony at Tamaracon.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Talked about this.
Yes.
You said this exact sentence before.
Really?
Sat in that exact chair and said the same thing.
I'm so mad because I'm like, man, this is like my favorite show. He's one of my favorite characters.
He's
and
so
I
good.
Really had no idea that when he was here. I mean, I knew him from other things. Anyway, it doesn't
course,
matter.
yeah.
So I'm watching that whole show over the weekend, and I'm like, this is the funniest show I've ever seen. But I didn't laugh out loud once. You know, but I just watched it and I went, this is the funniest thing. This is my favorite show. That is what my wife does to me.
Right.
She looks at me
Yeah.
and she's like, the laughing is performative now. You know, it's like she laughs out loud for my dad because it's
New.
kind of new, it's
Yeah.
performative.
Right.
But me, she watches, she goes, yep, that's hilarious. I love it. But it's like watching your favorite show. Maybe
Right.
every now and again you get to laugh out loud by yourself.
But you're so comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Right.
That it's almost like it's not so much taken for granted, but you're so comfortable you don't need to expel that extra
Yes.
energy to prove you're funny. I think you're funny. We're married. There was paperwork. All these people came. So you know what I mean? Like, like for you to have doubt at this point it's wild.
No, but
I do.
I agree with what you're saying. But I do.
I bring it up every night.
Yeah.
I do think there's something about when you don't really laugh out loud when you're by yourself, right? When you watch TV like this, like that's crazy.
No, no one does.
Unfortunately, well, I'm going to push back on both of you. I do.
Really?
Yeah.
I also do, but also I think your argument here is that you don't laugh out loud when you're with yourself. So why would your wife laugh out loud when she's with you? Because it's like she's alone.
Yes.
Because you've become one. Because you've become one unit, and you have the same have the same energy as that.
I remember we went on a road trip from Chicago to Milwaukee, and I was just everything I said was like the best thing anyone's
Yeah.
you're
ever
just
said.
crushing?
Yeah.
It's the best.
It was like the most amazing, awesome thing. And then I think about like a road trip now, and I'm just like, I have my headphones in. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like a you problem.
I'm just like, yeah, but I couldn't recreate it if I tried.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll have sex. I'll have the one AirPod. She'll have the other one, and we'll be listening to just a politics podcast.
I thought you were going to say you do the Obama on the phone thing.
She would be very upset by that. I've tried doing bits during sex. I learned my lesson
No one
pretty
likes
early
bits
on.
during sex.
Yeah. I used to. Well, that's why my college girlfriend, before I came, I thought it was so funny. I would scream, "Here comes the bacon!"
Here comes the bacon.
It's a classic story. Cheated on me with my best friend. Should have saw it coming.
Yeah.
Honestly. But I thought it was so funny to do that.
It is funny.
Here comes the bacon.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, well,
That's
because it's
crazy.
not a breakfast expression, which I thought was funny. You know?
Yeah, no one
I don't
says
think
it
people
anytime.
do say that. Yeah, exactly.
What I like to do is I go, I'm gonna come, psych, and like, ah! I just keep going nuts. And she goes, I thought we were landing the plane. I go, no way, we're gonna do a few more laps before we put this thing down.
There's a lot of traffic. We're circling the runway.
Yeah, yeah.
These
There's
are
about
good
4 planes in
bits.
front of us.
There's a report from your captain. I am not ready to come yet.
Boy, I'll
That's
tell you,
right down.
airplane jokes, not funny anymore.
Oh, yeah.
We can't do this because I have a real fear of planes,
No, I know.
and they're really starting to crash now. And I go, well,
I
I'm not
know.
getting on a plane ever again.
I have to fly next week, and I'm really not looking
Yeah.
forward to
I've
it.
been
And I'm not
flying.
a nervous flyer in general.
I've always been terrified, and now it's just confirming everything I feared.
Yes. There's almost a
Yeah.
comfort in that. Of like, I was right.
Yeah, but this is one I didn't
is-
want to be right on.
No, I
Because
no.
I fly all the time.
I want to be wrong.
I was on a plane once, and there was a guy. He was vaping in the bathroom,
Amazing.
and then all the alarms on the plane went off,
That's
and we
hilarious.
all thought we were gonna die. And then the guy just came out of the bathroom, and he's just vape smoke. And then
Obsessed with people who think they can get away with that.
it was
We
like
know you can't.
he made us think we were gonna die.
Yeah.
And then the stewardess is like, when we land, there will be armed police officers.
Oh my God.
And you don't get to just live your life, is what she said.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. And he's like a felon now.
You don't get to just live your life.
It was
That's
awesome.
unbelievable.
And I was so happy to hear it because I hated him.
He deserves.
Because he made me think I was going to die.
That felony is like a felony in a sitcom.
Yeah.
To be like, why do you have a record? You're like, oh, I was sour mango cherry
Airplane.
on a commercial flight to Jacksonville.
I sucked smoothie smoke into my body at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I like to walk out every time. Once a month, I'll get out of a plane and I just grab the waitress, the air waitress. Is that what they're called? Flight waitress?
Flight attendant.
Yeah. And I grab her by the elbow lightly and I lean in and I just go, if I just had sex with myself, is that the Mile High Club? And then she'll go, what? I go, masturbating. I just jerked off in there.
And then what does she
Then what
say?
happens? She's like, you don't get to live your life
So
anymore.
sun chips or almonds?
Yeah. You guys really aren't coming along with my bits today.
No. It's fun. I don't want to discourage you from doing that.
Yeah.
Because there's a funness in you telling them and us.
So where do we land? Are we landing anywhere with
wife-
Talktown with Wife Swap? What do we think? Ideas
I'll say
surrounding
this. I am interested in like what it's like to like be with different people. Like what's going on in your house?
Yeah.
Like what's going like I do like
The day-to-day of it.
Life swap. I like a life swap.
Sure. Okay.
You know, what's it like to live like this guy?
Yeah. I am just like
Like an
I
exchange
do want
student program.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. That seems to me like vaguely appealing.
We've kind of talked about this before, though. We're like rich for a year, where you're.
Yeah,
everyone
I still
gets-
disagree with rich for a year and then other years poor because I just don't think anybody should have to be poor.
Well, if you're already poor, we're already poor. So you let the poor people be rich for a year. The poor people now aren't going to get rich for a year. So you might be not stressed for a year.
All right. But back to life swap.
We got to get you some kind of medicine or something because this is the discontent you have with me today.
You say
You're
things
not on
in
medicine.
Could be well
you
be
say things in such a way.
Yeah?
We gotta get you on some kind of medicine or something.
That's what they said to women in like the 1800s before they took out all their teeth. Like,
She's being hysterical.
Yeah.
Strap her.
put her in a home. No, like I would like just kind of see like I'm like, what's a couple days as Anthony?
Yeah, I think that's
know?
fun.
They had Wife Swap, right? On MTV?
No, it was on like TLC.
I think it was on Fox.
It was like a popular.
Yeah,
It went on for years.
My a guy I went to high school, his mom went on the whatever.
No way.
Whoa.
And she was like crying because she learned something.
Was she like the worst one? I feel like there's always one where it's like, oh, like an incredibly religious person and a very anti-religious
She
person.
was
Like
she was like an uptight,
upset.
uppity, yeah.
And then someone, like, real
straight-laced, and then she
loosey-goosey.
had to go be somewhere chill.
Yeah.
And then the chill family came over to their house, and they didn't learn anything because they were just they had a nice house,
think
and so
I
they
remember
were just
that
hanging
episode.
out by the pool the whole time.
That's awesome.
So she came back like crying, changed, and they were like, "That was great,
We had such a good time.
thanks. Your house rocks."
We were on vacation.
They felt the same way we all did about that house.
They never had a kid swap show, huh?
No one.
Not
They
yet.
didn't venture into
That's
children's
abuse.
swap.
That's child abuse. You don't teach these kids lessons in such a fashion.
Yes.
Well, no, I think I'm noticing that as I'm watching, like, you. I haven't really seen you parent, but I assume pretty similar. You know what I mean? Gentle, understanding sort of people. And what I'm noticing with watching different parents and kids, it's like you can't all coach them the same, you know?
Yeah.
Parents, like, sometimes they'll do this uniformity, especially if they have two, where they'll go, and I'm not, this isn't you. You're a really good dad. But you'll go, I'll coach them the same. You go, they're two different people.
Yeah, you
It's
can't.
fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do it. Luke, is it? I don't want to give out my children. I already did, but one.
Well,
goes-
Luke's out the bag.
One
Give
goes
out
along
his
with
phone number
everything.
if you could.
And the other one will fight you for everything.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I got to do this differently.
Yeah.
I can wrestle one of them. I can't wrestle the other.
Right.
That's got to be tough in the same house. Like, it's one thing if like they all are the same and you're like, good, I have a blanket parenting style I can do for everybody. But having to pivot.
No, the little one today to put his socks on. Like Calvin, I go, come here, I got to put your socks on. And it's a whole thing. The other one, I have to hold him upside down and like. I'm holding him upside down, and, like putting his socks on, and he's screaming.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he wants me.
He wants this.
like,
he
get
wants
off
to
the
fight.
This.
Yeah.
He wants the fight
That's
in a
fun
fun
to
way.
him.
Where Calvin is more like, don't touch me. Please don't touch me. I do not want to be touched. You know?
Definitely don't hang me upside down while I scream.
How are they responding to your morning bits about 9/11?
Oh yeah.
Morning bits for those kids, that's different, right? Because Luke, I hide, and I go, yeah, and he goes, he loves it.
Yeah.
Calvin, this is how I have to hide. I have to go,
Names are all
I'm
out
hiding with my eyes.
Yeah.
Like he needs to look at me and watch me go, peekaboo. And he's like, oh, Dad, your scaring is so funny. But if I like hid under a bed, he'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Totally. I remember
Two different kids.
And my only real experiences at the time was my niece and Calvin before Luke and my nephew were born. And I would go, my niece, who is, I've heard, like, she's pretty similar to Billy, I believe, in some ways. I don't mean to give out.
No.
You can have this.
I want her to. I want this to blow up for her.
Yeah.
I want to give her something. Why not
Some
this?
kind of legacy.
But and my niece loves Chase and Monster and that, and I remember trying to do that with Calvin, and he got so upset.
He does not like it.
Yeah, he was he was almost like, "Who's this? Who are you?" Like, don't know.
So you like chased him like a monster?
Yeah, I was
and
I thought I was like, I was coming back with a thing. You know what I mean?
My daughter does like that.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
I was coming back with like, wait till he gets a load of Monster, and
He has a very
yeah.
vivid imagination. So as soon as you flick
Right.
into monster, he's like, that's a real monster.
right,
He's
which is
all
a
in.
credit to him. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just does. I go, you want to go to school today? I go, we got to go to school. I go, how? I know. I said, hey, how was school? He goes, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about school. And I go, what is happening over there, man? Like, it's like you're too little to have these reactions.
They don't tell you. You have no idea what is happening over there.
I know.
They never tell you what they do or how they spend their time or who they talk to. All you know is that they're there. And then every once in a while they'll give you like a mystery
Yes.
like, tidbit where they're like, Miss Jones had a bunny and the bunny was cut. And you're like, what? And then they shut up again, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
What happened with the bunny?
The
What
bunny
happened
got
with
cut?
Jones?
Yeah. Is everyone okay?
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
All right.
Calvin does this. I go, how was school today? He goes, not good. I go, why? He goes, Joseph. And I go, what did Joseph do? He goes, well, Joseph was like, ah! And I go, what was that? And he goes, and then he just shuts off again. It's
Yeah.
like his eyes go black, and it's like he's back unconscious. He's like, what was the screaming? What happened in school? What are you talking about?
It is like Severance.
Yeah.
Where like the Annie escapes and becomes the Audi for a second.
Yes. Yeah, it's exactly right.
She's alive.
And they're back.
Yeah. Did I tell you this? I don't know if I told you this one. This is my sorry to do kid stuff, but we're driving. I'm driving home from school, and Calvin's in the back, and he goes, "Dad, open the window." And I go, "What? Why?" He goes, "Open the window." I go, "Why?" And he goes, "I gotta yell at the guy." I went, "What guy? What guy? There's no guy." He goes, "I gotta yell at the guy." I go, "What guy?" So I roll the window, and he goes, "Hey, get out of the way!" He just starts screaming. Clearly learned this from me. Clearly saw me road rage
Good
once.
thing there's not any bolts in your car from the whip at the guys behind you.
Calvin, get the bolts.
That's a fun father-son activity.
Oh.
Throwing bolts at cars.
You guys are like Paper Moon.
Sorry, implanted that on him. I got to yell at the guy. Also, he calls people the color of their shirt.
Oh,
So
no.
multiple times he has been like, I saw to the black guy. And I go, the black guy? Yeah, he was sitting next to the yellow guy and the red guy. And I go,
Oh, boy.
all right, buddy, we got to figure this out.
That's what I think is so funny at the end of it. He goes, next to the Filipino.
Yeah.
All right. Romance? Should we do we have an ad.
Oh, we do have to
should
do
do
the
the
ad.
And then
Does
maybe
anyone-
we can launch into something I don't know where we are in time, but let's get the ad going.
Yeah, does anybody
45.
have it written down? Do you have it written down?
The
Or do I
ad?
have it written down?
I think you have it written down.
Someone texted it to the group.
Christ.
All right.
What's the product?
Oh, we don't do ads for products.
These brothers are.
It's just for a guy?
It's just for people.
Wait,
Yeah,
it's for
we-
the brothers or it's for the...
No, it's not for the
It's not for the
brothers. It's from
brothers.
somebody else who wants to wish, I believe, their wife a happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Spoilers.
I see.
We do
We're
ads
kinda
for
doing
anybody.
shout-
It's not just an ad for like, this
No,
is
it's not
Craig.
like Casper.
Craig.
No,
And
it's like
these are the good things.
We have we run a service where for $20 we'll say whatever you want.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
You know?
that's an ad.
Anyone
That's
can have
an
an
ad.
ad. You don't got to be a company. Anyone.
Yeah, that's
But
huge.
we did have one guy want us to talk about his wildlife removal North Carolina company. So we talked about that for a minute.
Yeah, we mainly have, I think we've had two, exactly.
And then we have the brothers who are feuding
We
through us.
have two brothers in a blood feud that we're sort of doing upon each other's
They
behalf.
kept buying ads
For each other.
And we would be like, Zeke sucks.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's
That's
fun.
fun.
That's fun for the pod in general.
It's great.
They're really adding a lot, including cash.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
We're making money. They're getting their feud put out on air
It's fun
weeks
to
after they want to
hear
say
and
it.
talk about.
Exactly.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay. He opens the email with, "Oh, hi, Greg. Awesome. Thank you." Oh, there must have been an email.
This was a
before
reply
this.
to something.
Okay.
This was like, he first was like, "Can this happen?" And you were like,
Awesome.
"Yes."
Thank you.
Yeah. In that case, I would just like to wish my wife a happy Valentine's Day. Her name is Gaffney, and she loves fishing and gambling. I love her so much. If you want anything else to riff on, you could talk about vacation spots in Talktown. We just got back from our honeymoon. Congrats. That's not in the email. That was just me.
I figured.
And are already looking.
A little tap on the back for me and Gaffney.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to say it, so let me say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking for their next place to visit. I would imagine Talktown has some pretty exotic accommodations. What is the Venmo? By the way, I did also message you on Facebook, but then I remembered you had this email. Oops, lol. Thanks. Again, Dylan.
Well, happy Valentine's Day, Gaffney. from
Yeah.
Dylan.
Happy Valentine's Day. He loves you very much.
Fishing and gambling.
I know.
loves
What
to-
a-
Now I
One of
wanna-
those is a vice.
Right. I want to know where they went that maybe both of those things were getting accommodated.
See, some people don't live in New York. Some
No, but
people live
like-
in the bayou.
But like, where is there like fishing and a casino?
A bayou boat.
Like the
Indiana.
Ozarks.
You could do like the Hobart, Indiana
Yeah.
area.
Because I think of like Vegas is where you go gamble, but there's no fishing there.
They
Or
could also be
Atlantic
talking
City.
about fishing, like fishing people's credit card numbers. He could be doing that kind of
It's
fishing.
spelled different.
It is?
Yeah.
PH?
PH.
Like the band?
Yep.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not. It is not, and I will not hear any more of this.
I think,
Fishing?
I think I don't think the tendrils of DraftKings are everywhere now.
That's true. You could
Right.
gamble anywhere.
Anyway, I bet you I'm gonna catch a fish, bitch. That's a
Also,
good
you
bet.
don't have to gamble and fish in the same area. She can go gambling one weekend, and then she can go to Vegas another weekend.
I guess. I was hoping that their honeymoon was somewhere where she got to enjoy
Gamble and
both of her
fish.
activities.
You can gamble and fish on a cruise.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
You could fish on a cruise. They just seem so high up.
Well,
I think they have expeditions or something.
you bring your
Yeah.
own, they're not going to stop you.
you don't throw a line off the cruise ship,
No, it's like several stories.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm
but
with
you can go. They have like little fishing,
Excursions.
just like they have scuba excursions, and
Yeah.
you can go to town.
I think they should do a long rod though.
I agree.
They should. I know. I think it's a tremendous missed opportunity by Royal
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Why not?
But how many fish do you think are out and around? When,
Out there,
But you're going fast.
I'll tell you this.
That's the thing. If you catch one, that's incredible.
like cruise ships look like they're going slow because they're so big,
Right.
but they're not.
Yeah, like planes.
Yeah.
You ever pass a plane when you're in one? It's terrifying.
Oh yeah.
You pass another plane. Yeah.
Planes are not
no,
going
if
that
your
fast. They're
fish
just
that gets
high up.
caught on a cruise ship, you're fucked. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like getting dragged behind a car.
Well, also the fish must be insanely confused by the amount of like height that it's going.
The whole thing. I think the whole thing's amazing.
Yeah.
You catch a fish at that speed, and then you never see a fish keep going
no,
up the
I
cruise
feel like
ship.
It'll
you
rip
rip
his
the
skin
head
up.
right off.
Yeah.
Yeah. More likely,
Everyone's just catching the head
you
of
just destroy it.
a giant
It's
animal.
like it's like hunting with an AR-15.
and then it's bouncing up against the ship the whole way up. People's windows,
It like hits a balcony.
just blood and fish.
The buffet comes to you.
By the time it's you, it's just head and spine.
Innards.
Well, I think
Yeah.
too. Also, too, it's probably going to fling off the line at some point.
Yeah.
So you got people going down the slide.
Oh,
and all of a
it's going
sudden,
this way. Yeah.
half a trout comes your way.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
It's all. This is fun.
Can you shoot guns off a yacht?
What?
That'd be fun, right? Like just, you know?
Fun.
I think international waters, is that something?
That's definitely something.
I don't know what the gun laws are in international waters.
I don't think they have them, right?
Right.
Once you're in.
What's the rule on international waters? Like lawless?
Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
pirates. So it's like, yeah, it seems to be fun there, except there are pirates.
Yeah, pirates never come to national waters.
Yes.
No, they're not allowed.
National waters.
So we have the Coast Guard. Jim Twos will shoot them guys down. Jim Twos, he's a comedian. He's a guy.
We know.
I know you know. I don't. You know what else?
Yeah, I said for the
Unbelievable.
romance episode, you know.
I know. A lot of sexual friction
lot of
between
sexual
A lot of
Allison and
sexual.
I.
It's the suit, honestly. It's the velvet suit and my home bathrobe are really rubbing up against each other.
For the romance, you wore your own bathrobe.
What was I supposed? You were like, bring a robe.
I
And
told
was
you
like,
leather or lingerie.
I am not
Sex
wearing either
sells.
of those.
That's what I did. She's gonna sell a
I
lot
had
of
a
episodes.
silk robe. I just didn't want to bring it. It's a fancy thing.
You don't have
bring
those
out of the
things
house.
that go on your leg and then they go over here. And they
What, under my
attach-
jeans? Like,
Yeah,
what?
you wear like a White Queen episode. You know, or like a leather ball in your mouth or something.
Jesus.
You wanted
A gift
hand over
outfit.
to Allison, and she's a gag ball in her mouth with garters on.
It's Valentine's Day.
That's what you were
What is
envisioning.
Valentine's Day to you?
It's a sexual holiday.
You know, we would all be talking, and then let's see what the gimp has to say. That's how you thought this would go.
I don't know. I was throwing out any idea.
Can
write
you
it all.
imagine seeing that clip?
No.
Three of us talking some goofy outfits.
Super
and
normal.
you hand over, and Allison's going,
It would be funny if we said, "Hey, wear something sexual or fun," and then she did show up in that full outfit. Like, Allison, what are you doing?
that is
I thought
fun.
this
We
is what
got
we
like
were
a
doing.
red hat.
That is
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, that is fun.
Yeah. I don't know. We said the vibe was like pajamas and robes.
Yeah, we're, you know.
I didn't-
a little
I didn't-
That's
unclear.
what the vibe was on the third attempt. My first attempt
Was
was we
lingerie.
come in our underwear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And really sex it up. But it was denied vehemently
Yes.
because you guys don't want to be rich.
I think this is pretty.
That's pretty something.
Silk is
too
sexy.
summery.
Yeah, maybe
It
it
is a little too
But
summery for
silk
February.
Yeah, and they can't see what I feel.
I'll say this,
and I
though.
feel sexy.
Sure.
So this is what sexy is to
Each of us.
Each
This
of
is,
you.
I mean, kind of.
It's kind of disappointing.
This was
Not
pajama-
for Greg though. Greg's nailing it.
Greg's
I think.
nailing it.
I like I like this. Yeah,
This is
I just
exactly
went
how it is.
it is
pajamas.
sexy.
Yeah. Well, for Libby, sex is comfort.
It really
You know,
is.
Sex is a day at.
Yeah, the cat's on the bed.
right.
I'm in terry cloth. Everybody's happy.
For me, a juicy orange is sexy.
Clearly.
yeah, a fruit cup.
Fruit cup.
Yeah.
I mean, it matches the hat, which I appreciate.
No, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. For me, my woman comes to me wearing barely anything and a cup of ambrosia. And she feeds it to me. No coconut. You put coconut in your bread, it's fucking disgusting.
Do you not like coconut in general or just not an ambrosia?
Definitely not ambrosia. Not really in real life.
And you married a Thai lady.
Yeah, they're all about coconut.
Yeah.
I like Thai coconut. They pull it off.
Oh.
When they add the coconut, they do it right.
I love coconut. I think coconut should be in there with like salt and pepper on the table.
What?
I'm a
With
big-
coconut sprinkles?
Yeah, I think so.
It's too hard to keep it fresh.
Coconut's
hate
the
it.
best.
I love
Yeah.
coconut rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah.
I always think it makes makes
a little toasted coconut on some
yeah.
stuff. That's nice.
toast.
Oh, yeah.
I've never done it, but that sounds cool.
I mean, like toast with like peanut butter and
Cream cheese.
Coconut.
coconut.
Cream cheese and coconut.
Okay. See?
That'd be good. Yeah, all right. All right. I don't really like coconut. I don't hate it. So I can't really add to this.
That's fair. That's all right. I get
If we could just move on
for sure.
from the
Yeah.
coconut.
Where this one. Are we gonna do? We're not gonna do the Zoom right now.
No, we can't on this one.
Let's try to do it for the next
Oh, right.
one.
Yeah.
Did we do enough time for this ad? I forgot about Dylan. Did we even wish
We've
him?
talked about gambling. I mean, we had the whole cruise ship.
Yeah. I
riff
feel like
thing.
that was
But we
part of it.
really gotta say Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, to Gabby.
Daphne.
Daphne.
Gaffney.
Like Daphne with a G. I
Yes.
made sure I asked. They said everyone in their family has got a G name, but no Greg's. And I was like, well, that's
Oh.
Oh,
wild.
that's an odd choice. Just everyone gets a G.
How many G's are there? Is Greg, Gary?
No, I
George?
mean,
Jeez.
Not
I mean,
many.
just in general, to like our family is going to be the G family.
Yeah. My next door neighbor was the M family. They had 12
What did you go
kids.
there? Greg, Gary.
I swear to God, it was Marco, Madison, Marky, Michael, Melissa.
I love
Magda?
that when a
No.
family
I'm
just
missing
goes,
two.
we're
Yeah.
committing to a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's kind of crazy.
It is. It's a mental illness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever
I'm going to
seen.
have 12 kids and name them M words.
It's
Yes.
wild.
The Kardashians did it.
Oh,
It sucks.
No, right.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
weird. I don't want any rules, you know?
Chloe with a K, that sucks.
What are Chloe's? Oh, Chloe's are normally with a C.
Yeah.
I want to do something else. Like everyone in our family shaves. We don't. We no hair on anybody in this house, right? Have more fun rules.
Do you shave your chest?
No, I don't have a lot of chest hair. Just a little bit.
Stem
marks. That's what I got naturally. No,
Yeah.
no more, no less. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I get a little pimple in there, and I just scratch it right off. And I've had it for about 9 years. 'Cause I keep scratching it off.
Same. Yeah.
Right?
You guys got the same thing?
Deep in the weeds. Deep in the weeds of my chest. There's a bunch of like a patch of pimples.
There's one thing that you just can't.
It's never healed because I've
been
never
there
let
20
it.
years.
Every time
Okay.
it gets like I'm about to heal, I go, nope, scratch off. I like to scratch that thing right off.
All right.
Cool.
I don't want either of you on this podcast together. It's what's happening. It's together. I think it's both of you are trying to sleep with each other, but you don't want to mention it.
Yes.
So you'll take big swings at
It
Greg.
is tense.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's the
Very much
alpha
what's
move.
happening.
We're bonding over this destruction of you.
You guys got to see a dermatologist. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. The bush, it's thick. It's
Right.
so thick that I should. I'm not saying I shouldn't, but it's not an everyday. I don't see it as much because
Sure,
there's
sure,
so
sure,
much
sure,
hair, so I'm not confronted with it enough to do
Yeah.
anything about it. Because that's really when I start making moves. Is when I'm like, look in the mirror and I go, you got to do something about that.
Summertime. That's when you'll. Also, I feel like the sun in the summer takes
Clears everything
care
up.
of your
Yeah.
skin problems you have.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
time that
that's
you
good.
need
It
to
doesn't
worry
do
about
anything
it,
bad.
it goes away on its own.
Exactly.
I want shaving tips. There's a thing I brought up. I don't know what you guys do. I'd like to know here. But when I used to shave the downstairs area, right? But then my
With
hair,
all the horrible shit you've said on the podcast,
Yeah.
you couldn't say pubic hair.
Right.
yeah. Well, you know. But then my legs are so hairy that I never like. Then I keep going, and next thing I know, I'm shaving down to my ankles, and I don't like that. So, like, what do most people do down there? How low do you go?
Who would like to begin?
I have a
Anthony
Russian
doesn't
lady
touch
who
it.
deals with it for me, and that's what we do. So,
Well, women, it's different. Women, it's different.
it's clear.
But there's no ending here. Once you start
Or
mowing,
what
you
are
got to mow the whole
shaving? Like,
fucking
what-
neighborhood.
Why not just like
Are you
trim
doing
real
that, really?
close?
What?
So yeah, I have like a buzzer, and it has like settings, like you have like little clips. So then I can kind of match.
What number are you going to?
I don't know the number of it. It's just like a white thing that I
Yeah.
put on the buzzer, and then that's
what
the
it is.
right thing to be.
Yeah, I trim.
I use scissors. Is that crazy?
Yes.
Well, you're a son of a barber. You're a son of a. You're a son of a barber.
Would you tell your mother that?
It's got bangs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a
Ice
little
tips.
apron that I put over, and then I go, "How was your day?" I do a whole thing, and then my penis pays me at the end
Yes.
of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do scissors. I guess that's now that I'm saying it, by the look on your faces.
No,
it's wrong.
It just
no, it's not.
seems
I also
dangerous.
I did scissors for a very long
yeah.
time, but it's just much easier.
Yeah, I just think it's more of a time thing. That's
Yeah.
the concern with scissors.
is a lot easier than
I'll
like
try it.
trying to go like this without.
It's
hurting
a lot
yourself.
of maneuvering. I will
Yeah.
say that it's a
Yeah.
lot of.
As we get older,
It's a lot of yeah.
as we
There's
get
a lot-
older,
I'm
that's
doing that a
only going to
lot.
get harder.
Yeah, no, you're
So
right.
seems like it gets riskier as days go on.
Yes.
Yeah.
To your question, I think when the hair changes subtly from pube to leg, I stop.
Yeah, see the thing
Because there's
too-
that in between zone where it's a little bit of both, and then once you go beyond there, I'm like, that belongs to my body, and that doesn't belong to my genitals.
See, and I asked my wife, right? I thought that's a really good point. I asked my wife, I said, like, well, what
Yeah.
do you want?
Yeah.
And she said, well, I feel the same way about it as I feel about the basement. Do whatever you want down there because I'm not going down there. So you keep it however you like it.
Perfect time to end.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm not going in there. Is that it?
Yeah. Dates, stuff to plug.
We are at the Burlington Comedy Festival. Where is it? The Vermont Comedy Club
Burlington
in Burlington. Anthony and I
Comedy Club.
This weekend.
this weekend,
This
Valentine's Day
weekend.
weekend.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bring.
For
I might
this.
wear this suit.
Yeah.
I
And
think
it's
you
gold
should.
chain.
I would 100% wear this.
You gonna wear that? Mm-hmm. So you'll
be
see
cold.
us in the same outfits.
It's going to be it's
Cool.
Pretty cold. Go to Vermont in February in Florida silk pajamas.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wear jeans underneath.
Oh, nice.
course.
What a look,
Even
huh?
crazier.
Pretty cool. Jeans
Silk
underneath.
shorts over jeans.
That's pretty cool, man. That's fashion stuff.
That's actually that's
fashion
that's
house
pushing
stuff.
a boundary that no
Yeah.
one else is willing to push.
If you got a little extra money, Allison, you should come get a hotel.
I'm gonna be in Aruba.
Oh, that's way better.
I know.
With Ray? Aruba Ray?
No, with my parents.
With
Nice.
New York Rita.
Yeah.
But we're doing that. We
Yep.
have a Patreon, patreon.com/welcome to Talktown. We got extra episodes up there. They've been really good. They've been pretty good.
There's some fun ones.
There's
and
some fun ones.
You can email us with stuff you want us to talk about on the pod or any ads, which again is $20 for anything.
And $100 if you want to be a...
$100 if you want to zoom in and be on the pod.
Which I think we're going to attempt for the next episode if she's available.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, we got to check in, but we're doing it. So
10 minutes, $100.
and that's talktownpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us and we'll tell you what to do.
And that's a minute, and I say we just do it like this. It's a minute for, what is it? 10 minutes,
$10 a
$100
minute.
bucks? $10 a minute.
$10 a
Pick your
minute.
minutes. You
Yeah.
want to do 60 minutes? $600 will do it.
That's
Yeah.
cheap now.
Why not?
But
Yeah,
then-
that's fun.
Then, yeah. David, do you have any
Anything to plug?
40 more specials?
I do have another special
Please, yeah.
Amazing.
coming out. It'll be out soon. I think it'll be out in March, is what they're telling me.
Nice.
But,
Who's they?
The person editing it.
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube is giving me a March date tentatively,
Nice.
but it will be on YouTube.
I would have edited this thing for you. Much cheaper.
Well, yeah. I mean, all right, we
You
can
didn't
talk
say
about
amount
it.
of money.
Maybe
Maybe
the
I'll-
Greg cut, it's going to be spliced. Some stuff you're not going to want to see.
I may also put myself in there.
It's 9/11 to scare you after
Yeah.
the first bit.
The Greg edits have been called art films a middle schooler would make.
The Greg edits.
Yeah. So that'll be out
Cool.
What's it called? Do you have a name?
March or April. It's going to be called Big Break. Because
Fingers crossed.
I'm going to take a big break after this one.
I thought you already took the break.
Huh?
I thought you took your stand-up break.
No, I did. I took it after I recorded it. I took like 3 months off.
I think it's healthy.
Yeah.
That's nice.
No, I've never
really
done
healthy.
that. It was just each special is just kind of spiraled into the next one,
Yeah.
and you feel kind of insane.
Yeah.
It's like filming a movie and then you just keep filming it.
You
After you're done?
Yeah, you have no time to process what you've done
Yeah.
and be
Yeah.
a person in those 3 months. Like, do you ever like read a book and go right into another book and like you don't give yourself
No.
We're not. I never was going to look over there. I was never going over
Yeah.
there.
I took
Yeah.
a big break, about 14 years from books.
But no, like
You, can
know,
apply it to a movie or a television
Yeah,
show.
exactly.
Watching,
like when you binge watch something, you're like you don't even give your brain the chance
Yeah.
to like sort
Think
of
about
process everything you saw and come up with ideas and like change. I think it's a very healthy thing.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, you got to take time. So yeah, March or April that'll come out, and all the other specials are on my website, daviddrakeComedy.com.
David literally will be the 4th or 5th.
This will be the sixth
Sixth.
hour. that
They're
I
all
recorded.
fucking killer.
Yeah.
They're all great. Like really great. Watch them all. You'll love it all.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah. And then I think we got some other dates.
We've been plugging them, but these are going to be out of order. So, well, when this one's coming out, I guess.
Sounds good to me. Mahalo, brother.
Let's get to the next one.
Yeah. Let's
All
get
right.
to the next one. There's something I wanted to say off what David said.
Yeah, I was going to give him a nice. I said something really nice.
thing to say.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say as comedians, you are your instrument, so you have to grow.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah. That was definitely worth it.
All right.
All right. See ya.
All right.
I'm a trumpet.